and I cannot decide which one of these face molds is my new favorite face mold for Tiana. Hey everybody, welcome back. If you saw my last couple of videos, you know that over the weekend I saw the new movie Wish finally in theaters. I was able to catch it before it was no longer in theaters anymore. But watching that movie put me in a very Disney mood because of all the references to other Disney movies that they had in that movie, which, by the way, if you haven't seen it, it is an extremely cute movie and I definitely recommend it. If you can catch it in theaters, I definitely recommend seeing it in theaters because it's definitely worth it. Otherwise, it'll eventually be on Disney+. So you can always see it there. Anyway, so because I'm in a Disney mood, I have been wanting to open some of my new Disney dolls that I got. If you saw my recent Christmas haul video, then you know that I got the new Disney100 collector dolls for Christmas. So I got both Cinderella and Tiana. In my last video, I unboxed and reviewed this Cinderella doll. So if you want to check that one out, go see that and you'll see my opinions about Cinderella. But today we are going to be focusing on Tiana. Now, The Princess and the Frog, I have to say, is definitely one of my, higher up on my list of favorite Disney movies. I really enjoy this movie so much. And the soundtrack is so good. The music is so good. So naturally, Tiana is one of my favorite Disney princesses as well. She's probably not, I don't know if she's my number one because I really love Ariel and I really love Rapunzel, and I mentioned in my last video I love Cinderella. Cinderella is my favorite classic Disney princess, but Tiana is from a different generation of princesses, so I'm able to say that she is also one of my favorites, but just from a different generation. But I love Tiana. I love her as a character. I love her character design. I love the music, and it's so much I love about this, and I'm so excited that they are doing so many Princess and the Frog things in Disneyland. Between the New Orleans Square, I think it was what it was called before, is now Tiana's Palace, which has the best gumbo that I have ever had in my life. And the Splash Mountain ride attraction is now going to be Tiana's Bayou Adventure. I can't wait for that to be finished because I loved Splash Mountain and I love Princess and the Frog, so I can't wait for it to be finished so I can go back and experience that. Anyway, these dolls are actually coming out because 2023 was the 100th anniversary of the Disney company. So the doll collection, or these dolls that came out, is for Disney100, 100 Years of Wonder, and it just says, to commemorate Disney 100 Years of Wonder, this collector Tiana doll gets the platinum treatment, wearing a luxe fashion inspired by her memorable green gown from Disney's The Princess and the Frog. Tiana sparkles in satin, glitter, and an elegant lily pad motif, a dream come true for your doll collection. So, and it basically said the same thing that was on the back of the Cinderella box, but they just kind of changed out green dress for blue dress and Princess and the Frog for Cinderella. But yeah, so on the back is this beautiful artwork of the character from the movie. I love this dress. I want to say this is my favorite dress because, I mean, look at it. So beautiful. But I think the only other outfit that Tiana wears that I like more is her blue dress. I think that her blue dress is just so pretty, so elegant, and I would love to have a doll in her blue dress. But I definitely love her green dress, so I'm not mad about this. Well, I haven't gotten the doll out of the box, so we'll wait and see for how I feel about it. Speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and get her out of the box really quick so that way I can show her to you a little easier without all this glare happening. I will be right back. Okay, so I am back. I've got Tiana out of the box and I have run out of daylight. So now the lighting is just terrible because it's just what's coming from my computer screens and I don't feel like going to get one of my big umbrella lights and setting it up in here and everything. So we're just gonna make do. Anyway, so I've got Tiana out of the box and my initial reaction is that she is very pretty. She is a beautiful doll, and I actually do really like her. So I just want to say that overall, because I do have some critiques for sure. So I kind of went over this in the Cinderella video, but basically these dolls originally were overpriced in my opinion. When they first came out and we first got the like details, Amazon was going to be selling them for like $55, and that's very much a collector price tag, but honestly, I feel like $55 is a little bit much for what we get for these dolls. So for example, the dolls have short hair, but it is saran, so that's good. The materials that they use are actually, they feel really nice and they're good quality materials, but they did cut some corners. So for example, her dress is not floor length. Same thing with Cinderella. Pretty much all the critiques I have for Cinderella are going to be the same for her. But basically, you know, like some of the edges of the fabric are unfinished, they're not hemmed. The little metal piece on the front is just sewn on, it's not clipped on or like whatever, it's just kind of like a little like, you know, ornament attached to the front of her dress. You know, there is no petticoat. Instead, there is a piece of cardboard under here that is keeping the dress full and everything in the box. Also, the dress is tacked to it with these little T-tags, which I hate. I just kept it this way to show you, but I am going to take this one off of her because her dress is kind of like squished on here in a weird way, and it's laying weird. So I just want to take this off so that way I can make the dress look the way it's supposed to. There we go. That looks a little bit better. Also, both Cinderella and Tiana have gloves in their respective films, and neither of them have gloves, which is very disappointing. Oh my gosh. And Tiana also has the Cinderella syndrome where she keeps losing her shoes. So I'm just going to leave the shoes off and I'll show you those in a second when I get to them. But anyway, there is also a lot of positives to the design choice. Like, for example, just looking at the doll from like, you know, her being displayed on the shelf, this is a very beautiful doll. It is sparkly. I love the colors. Her face is absolutely stunning. So why don't we zoom in and start doing the normal review real quick. So like my favorite thing about these dolls is their face. Mattel has done an amazing job, in my opinion, on these dolls' face. I know there are a few people who don't care for the Mattel art style when it comes to these dolls' faces, and they prefer the Disney Store version. I totally get that. And for the longest time, Disney Store was my favorite, you know, versions of the dolls themselves, like with the face molds and everything. They were the most movie accurate, and I still feel that they are probably the most movie accurate, even compared to the Mattel ones. But I just really like the Mattel ones because they're literally the Barbie version of the Disney princess. You mix Disney's art style with Mattel's art style, and then you get this beautiful face sculpt and face screening and everything, and I love it. One thing that Mattel always does, and that the Disney Store does not do, is give the dolls saran hair. I really like the hair quality that Mattel uses. Disney Store uses some form of polypropylene on all their dolls except for Ariel. Ariel always gets a really nice nylon for some reason, but everybody else gets gypped. Mattel doesn't do that. They're giving all of the dolls so far that I've gotten from Mattel, the Disney dolls, they all have saran, and I'm super happy about that because when Hasbro had the license, it was polypropylene. Only polypropylene. Actually, I think the Ariel probably still had a slightly nicer hair quality, but still, it was even worse than the Disney Store. I did not like the Hasbro doll's hair. But these ones have really nice hair, even though her hair is gelled, just like Cinderella, it is gelled and it's in the updo from the movie, but that's, you know, to make it movie accurate. Each of the dolls have the same amount of accessories. So they came with a stand, which, by the way, this is the stand. It clips onto the legs, and it's got this pearlescent base that says Disney. And it's really, really pretty. Same stand that Cinderella has. And then they also have a headband and earrings. Now, for Tiana specifically, her headband looks like her little flower crown that she gets in the movie, but it's just kind of this iridescent, same plastic as Cinderella's headband, with the glitter on the inside. And then her earrings, same thing, same matching iridescent plastic, but hers look like little leaves hanging down, which is really pretty. I really like her face. Look at her makeup. It's so pretty. Honestly, okay, I have to be honest here. I think that this is probably my I don't know. Okay, I can't decide which Tiana. By the way, I've gotten so many new Tiana dolls, and I'm really happy about it. But for my like winter Christmas series, I also got the ballerina Tiana doll and the Disney Store winter Tiana doll. And this Disney Store winter holiday Tiana doll has a new face mold for the Disney Store. And I cannot decide which one of these face molds is my new favorite face mold for Tiana, because I love them both so much. They are both so gorgeous, but I love them for different reasons because they're very different. But I love them so much. I genuinely can't decide which is my favorite. I don't know. Oh my gosh. I think this one is way more movie accurate. I think this is the most movie accurate. And this is brand new for the Disney Store. I haven't seen any other Tiana dolls that have this face mold yet. This is the first one, is this holiday doll. But look at her face. Oh my gosh, Mattel did such a good job. I love these. These two are my new two favorite Tiana dolls ever that have come out so far. I really, really like both of them, just for the face alone, if nothing else. I don't know, that's so weird. Usually I'm able to just be like, yep, that's my favorite face mold, but this one, they're so different and so similar at the same time that I really cannot decide which one I like better. Anyway, so moving down to the dress, this is supposed to be based off of her lily pad dress that she gets in towards the end of the Princess and the Frog movie, and she spends about like 5 seconds in that dress, but it's the dress that all of her merchandise has, which I think is really funny. But I love it. I don't mind because I really like the style of the dress. Now, what I don't like is I don't like the fact that it's not floor length. It's close with this, and I do like it a little bit better than Cinderella's dress because this is a lily pad dress, so it's kind of got the interesting hemline, and the mesh part does kind of bring it down at least to be ankle length, so it is, you know, and the mesh is more opaque. Cinderella's dress is a little bit more see-through, so you can see very easily that it's not a floor-length gown, whereas with Tiana's it actually at least looks a little bit longer. But it's still, I wish that the hemline was I wish that the dress was just a little bit longer, since this is a collector doll. I will say I don't mind. I mentioned in the Cinderella video that the bow, like this shiny material that they used to make the bow on Cinderella's dress, it's unfinished, and I kind of wish it was finished. But for this dress, I actually don't mind it like this because it's supposed to look like leaves, like lily pad leaves, and there's just something about this design that I actually really like it like this, so I wouldn't change that aspect. This little plastic piece, it is plastic, it is not metal, even though it's metallic. It is sewn onto the front of the dress. I was saying that I kind of wish that they did, like a couple years ago, the holiday Barbie that came out had this like a similar thing, but it was enough to clip onto the waist, so it would actually stay on the doll without having to be sewn to the dress. And I kind of wish that this did that as well, although I think it would have created more bulk around the waist. So maybe that's why they didn't do it, but yeah, it's just sewn on there. And the material, like I said, the material feels really nice, so the quality of the material is really good. Now, there's all this sparkle. I think you could probably see all the glitter on the dress. It is very glittery, very sparkly, and I genuinely really like it, except for the fact that it's getting everywhere. It's probably all over my face. I don't know, I feel like it's all over my face, although I can't see in the little viewfinder there. But it is definitely all over my desk, so I'm not a huge fan of that. If you're gonna do glitter, I wish that they would do like glitter paint where the glitter is embedded so it doesn't come off so easily. And then let me put her shoes back on really quick, just so that way I can show them to you. They just keep falling off super easily, so I don't want to lose them. So her shoes are very simple, and they're very, very similar to Cinderella's. In fact, are they the same? No, Cinderella's look more geometric, but they're very, 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 very similar. Cinderella's also look more completely see-through, whereas Tiana's are just like a little bit translucent with a very iridescent sheen to them to kind of give them this green color. They definitely work. They're very, very pretty, and they are translucent, but they kind of look like glass slippers in a way. But at least they're a little bit more opaque than Cinderella's are to kind of differentiate them. Also, I love the color, and the color green definitely goes with the rest of the outfit. Now, the big thing with these dolls was the articulation, because they were listed as collector dolls, but they have the basic 5 points of articulation. So movement at the head, shoulder, and at the hip. So like the dolls can sit down and everything. But even though they are collector dolls, they're not superposable. And as collectors, we've kind of come to expect certain levels of quality when it comes to the hair, the outfit, the face screening, and the articulation. But I think that that was one of the big things. The fact that these dolls aren't articulated, but they're at a collector price. A lot of people took issue with that. Now, holiday Barbies, for example, that's just one example. I feel like these are on par with holiday Barbie recently. You know, the holiday Barbies are what, like $30 or $40 or whatever. They are not posable. They have the basic 5 points of articulation, and they have a very pretty dress, even though they kind of find ways to cut corners, but still make it look nice. That's what I feel that these are. These are on the same level as the holiday Barbies each year that we've been getting for the past several years now. So, I mean, maybe like a $30 or $40 doll. I think $55 was a little bit too much for what we were getting. I think that price point was a little bit high, but after Amazon lowered the price down to $45, I was like, okay, that's a little bit more fair for what we're getting. I still would like to see it down to that, you know, $39.99 price or $35. That would be that sweet spot for me, for what you're getting. Because like I said, the quality of everything is actually really nice. There's just some design details that are a little, like, I'm not super excited. Like, for example, I really wish that she had gloves, and I really wish she had a petticoat. Either that or give us articulation. I don't know. Like, these dolls leave me wanting just a little bit more. That said, I do love these dolls, and I cannot wait to have them displayed on my shelf, on my new Disney shelf, with the Radiance collection and some of my other Disney dolls. I do really like these dolls, and I'm super happy to have them in my collection. So, you know, all the critiques that I have aside, I do really love these dolls, and I do recommend them. Speaking of which, if after all of this, you would like to get these dolls for yourself, if you haven't gotten them already, they do have them on Amazon, and I will put a link down in the description of this video to get this Tiana doll. That link will be an affiliate link, so if you use it to buy yourself a Tiana doll, I do get a little bit of a commission. But yeah, after seeing this doll, like, I had ideas for what I wanted to do with these, and I kind of wanted to customize them, and I still kind of want to do that. But that's the thing, is like, some of my favorite dolls that I get, I always want to get two, because I want to keep one normal, and then I want to customize one. And like, I really want to put this, like, I want to get a blue dress for Tiana and have the same face or same face mold and put her in the blue dress, or even like put her on a more articulated body, like a Disney Store articulation or Made to Move, if I can find a skin tone match, and like put her in the oh, you know what I have? Just for example, the Disney Parks doll collection was different than the regular Disney Store doll collection for a while there, and it was a much higher quality. So like, I would love to put this doll in this dress. The thing is, these dolls are a smaller scale, so they don't really fit very well in these, but I would love to have a doll that looks this beautiful, but like in a much higher quality. Like, I love this dress. The thing is, I'm not a huge fan of this particular face mold that they used, so like, maybe I would do that. The thing is, I haven't taken these out of the box, so I'd probably want to see if I can get another one of this dress on eBay or something like that, so that way I can put her in it. The thing is, I do actually like the way that this dress looks, and I kind of really like it in the lineup with the other Mattel collector Disney dolls that have come out this year. I don't know, at the end of the day, I'm kind of undecided what I'm going to do with that, so I think I'm just going to leave her the way that she is for right now, because I want to keep her this way for my collection for display and everything. But if I can get my hands on another one, better believe I'm going to be customizing her, doing something with her, because I genuinely enjoy customizing dolls and redressing them anyway. I probably also want to find, if I can find like curly saran hair in this color, that would be kind of cool, because then I could reroute her but with like long hair. Because Tiana dolls always seem to have really short hair. I think there's like one Tiana doll that I'm aware of that has long hair, and it's one of the Ultimate Princess Collection Disney designer Tiana that I have, in that white gown that she came in. She had her hair down, and it was curly, and it was really long, but that's a Disney Store doll, so that hair is going to be kind of like crunchy. Also, that is a Disney designer doll, and I don't take those out of the boxes. So, but I would love to have another one with this face, like how beautiful she is. I would love to have another one and reroute with longer curly saran hair, and put her in like one of the Disney Parks doll dresses, or her blue dress. If I can get a nice quality blue dress for Tiana, I would love to put a Tiana in that dress. So anyway, well, now I'm just rambling, so I think I'm gonna get going. The sun is completely down. It is dark outside now. Usually I like to film earlier in the day just because the lighting is a little bit better, but recently the sun has been not cooperating, and it's kind of hard to find a good time of the day when the sun is at that level in the sky, because when it shines directly on my face, the white balance get out. Anyway, this is a lot of stuff you have to think about when you're filming for YouTube. So a little behind the curtain, or behind the scenes, as you will. But anyway, enough with that. I'm gonna get going for right now, but thank you so much for joining. I hope you had a happy new year. As always, I'd love to hear your opinions on the doll that I reviewed today down in the comment section. And that's gonna be it. So thanks so much for watching. I hope I see you next time. Bye. If you like this video, you can let me know by hitting thumbs up. You can check out some of my other videos by clicking one of the links on the screen. I post new videos every week, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified every time I upload. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next video.